Hello, welcome back to my channel, and I'm your Sabagoddess. So today is our day 9 of SOC Analyst crash course, and in the last session we have discussed about um, what? Yeah, domain controller, right? So today we are going to discuss about MAC address and some. Yeah, we can discuss about some networking concepts also. Okay. So let's get into the session. Before that, if you are new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe my channel and also enable the notification bell. Okay, fine. So we have discussed about domain controller. Fine. Now we are going to discuss about MAC address. So what is exactly MAC address? MAC stands for Media Access Control Address. It's a unique identifier which is assigned to a NIC network interface controller or network interface card for communication at the data link layer of the network segment. It's usually hard coded into the device hardware, making it as a permanent identifier. Okay, for example, there are 30 students in a class. Okay, if I'm your teacher. I'm coming with 30 new brand laptop. Same color, same configuration, same company, and everything is same, ditto same. Imagine I gave all laptops to 30 students each, and I go outside for 5 minutes, and also after that, I ask you to place all your laptop on the table. Then after again 5 minutes, I ask one of the students to bring his laptop that I gave to him. How can he find? Because all laptops are same color, same company, same configuration, everything. How can he identify that? I gave laptop for students for 5 minutes, right? So at that time, he can collect the MAC address of the PC. How he can collect the MAC address? For that, we can go to the command prompt cmd, and here we can type get MAC. So we will get the MAC address of the system or of the device. So you can check whether this MAC address is matching. So we can easily identify the device, right? So MAC address is a unique address and it is a permanent address. Okay, permanent physical address of the system. And a MAC address is typically represented as a series of six pairs of hexadecimal digits, which is separated by colons, hyphens, or non-separated at all. Okay, for example, like this. Let me copy this. Okay, fine. Each MAC address is globally unique. This means no two devices should have the same MAC address. For MAC address is sorry, so the MAC address is unique, permanent, physical address. Okay, and MAC address are used for communication within a local network when data is sent from one device to another device on the same network. It is used MAC address to determine the intended recipient. Let's say you have a network with three devices, a laptop and a smartphone and a printer. Okay, each of the devices has its own MAC address. When the laptop wants to communicate with the printer, it includes printer's MAC address in the data packet. The network uses this MAC address to direct the packet specifically to that printer, ignoring the smartphone and other devices on the network. And also, The MAC address are only used within the local network segment. They are not routed across the internet like IP address. And while MAC addresses are typically fixed, some devices allow users to change them through softwares. This can be useful for the privacy or security reason, but it's not a common practice. So overall, MAC address plays a crucial role in ensuring that data is delivered to the correct device within a local network. So what is a network? We are hearing this word so many time: network, internet, local network. So what is a network? And second, okay, network. So a network refers to a collection of interconnected devices or nodes that can communicate with each other. These devices can include computers, servers, printers, routers, switches, and so on. So, network can be categorized based on their geographical scope. First one is LAN. LAN stands for Local Area Network. LAN typically covers a small geographic area such as home, office, or even campus. Devices in a LAN can communicate with each other directly. Next one is WAN, Wide Area Network. The WAN spans a larger geographic area, offering often connecting multiple LANs together. The internet is the largest example of LAN. Communication in a WAN, sorry, internet is an example for WAN. Communication in WAN usually involves data transmission over longer distance, often via public or private network. And there is WLAN, that is wireless LAN. I mean, in LAN, we are using a wired connection to connect each other devices. In WLAN, we will use wireless connection. That's the only difference. Okay. And there are so many other types of network also, but these three are very, very important. Okay. Okay. And network can also be categorized based on their purpose. For example, client server network. Sorry, network. In a client server network, one or more computers act as a server providing service or resources to client computers. And the client requests services from servers, such as accessing files or accessing database or any websites. Okay. And the next one is peer-to-peer network, P2P. Okay. In P2P network, all devices have equal status and can act as both client and servers. This model is commonly used for file sharing when each devices can share files directly with other devices on the network. Okay. Next one is wireless network. Network. Wireless networks use radio waves to connect devices instead of physical cables. The best example is Wi Fi, which is used in LAN and WAN. And the next one is Ethernet network. Ethernet is a widely used networking technology for LANs, allowing devices to communicate over wired connection using Ethernet cable. So these four are network category based on their purpose. Okay, so network facilitates communication and data exchange between devices, which enabling the sharing of resources such as files, printers, and internet access. Sorry. Okay. So they can also build using various hardware components, software protocol, and network architecture. which is depending on the specific requirement of the environment and the desired level of performance, security, and scalability. So overall, network is a interconnection of devices or nodes. Okay, fine. So another terminology that we need to learn is IP address. One second, let me type that. IP address. So what is an IP address? An IP address or Internet Protocol address is a numerical label which is assigned to each device which is connected on the network that we can use for the communication. The main two purpose of IP address are identification and location addressing. Identification means the IP addresses uniquely identify a device on a network. Just like how your home address helps courier to deliver the courier to your house. An IP address allows that. Similarly, an IP address allows data packets to be routed to the correct destination on the internet or within a local network. Second one is local addressing. The IP address help route data packets between devices on a network or between networks. They indicate where data should be sent and where it come from, facilitating communication between these devices. And there are two versions of IP address in use, that is IPv4 and IPv6. IPv4 are 32-bit numerical address which is written in decimal format, which is separated by periods. For example, 192.0.2.1. However, due to the limited number of available IPv4 address, the IPv6 has been introduced to elevate this shortage. So, what is IPv6? IP version 4, sorry, IP version 6, Internet Protocol version 6. It's a 128-bit hexadecimal address. IPv4 is 32-bit decimal format, which is separated by periods, and IPv6 is 128-bit hexadecimal address, which is written in a colon separated format. Okay, for example, let me show the example. IPv6 example. Yeah, this is an example for IPv6. Fine. It provides a significantly larger address space compared to IPv4, which allowing for more devices to be connected in the internet. And also the IP address can be dynamic or static. Let me explain about that also. Dynamic IP address and static IP address. Dynamic IP address are assigned to devices temporarily by sorry by DHCP server, dynamic host configuration protocol server. These addresses may change over time as the devices join or leave the network. But the static IP address are manually configured and remain constant, providing a fixed location for a device on the network. They often they are often used for the servers, printers, and other devices that requires permanent address. So IP address are the fundamentals to the operation of the internet and computer networks, enabling communication between devices and facilitating the exchange of data across the globe. Okay, so yes, that's all for this session. We can continue in the next video. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Have a nice day.